What's going on? Welcome back to another episode, topic of discussion. I am your host, Miles Berry. Without further introduction, let's get right into it. Okay, so today's topic is titled Sitting in Your Thoughts. Again, the topic for today is titled Sitting in Your Thoughts, and it's based off of just when things go wrong in our life, or just when we just kind of get in that down period in our life where we're just sitting in our thoughts. We're thinking about everything that we did wrong, things that we could have done better, things that we wish that we never done, relationships that we wish we never built with people, time that we wish we never spent with people, a time that we felt like we should have never wasted doing this certain job, this certain dealing with this certain person, or whatever the case is. It's just I would say the time period, or the time period where we just sit in our thoughts and we ponder. And we're pondering about everything in our life: the good, the bad, the negative, the happy, the sad, the emotional, the stress, just everything in our life, right? And as we sit and ponder, sometimes we kind of let ourselves become our own enemy to moving on, our own enemy in our reflection, our own enemy in life, where we kind of prolong the process to moving forward, right? So I want us to understand today that just because we sit in our thoughts, or just because we have a moment where we're pondering, when we're trying to figure out what's going on in our life, when we're trying to figure out why we wasted time dealing with this relationship, why we wasted time dealing with this person, why we wasted time doing whatever the case was, I want us to understand that pondering or sitting in your thoughts is good, because you need time with yourself, you need time with God, and you need time just to really just focus and dive into yourself and understand what do you want out of life and what you don't want out of life, right? So the downside of it is sometimes we can sit in our thoughts so long that we become an enemy to our thoughts. And what I mean by that is that we start to, it's almost like when we start hearing those other voices in our head. Have you guys ever been to that point in your life where you're thinking and you're trying to figure out what's the right thing to do, or maybe what's the wrong thing to do? Like what's right and what's wrong, and you're hearing all these voices in your head and you're trying to distinguish which one is the right voice, or which one is God's voice, or which one is the just the right choice to do. And sometimes we have these other voices in our head, and those other voices we know are negative, right? It's not what we should do in the situation, but at the same time, it can be tempting us to do certain things because it sounds good, right? It's like, it can't be that bad if you just go do this. If you just get your get back, it can't be that bad. If you just go do this and get over on this person, hey, look what they did to you, though. You get what I'm saying? So you start to get these other thoughts in your mind, which can be negative, right? So today, I just want us to understand that I want us to be able to sit in our thoughts. I want us to be able to ponder. I want us to be able to refocus, rebrand our life in every way possible. But at the same time, don't sit in your thoughts so long that you don't move on, right? And I spoke about this on other episodes as well. Sometimes we just sit in our thoughts and we beat ourselves up. We down ourselves. We speak down on ourselves. We get mad at ourselves. We're just very angry. We're irritated at the things that we've done in our life. We're irritated at the people that we allowed in our life, and we're just kind of trying to refocus and rebrand ourselves, like I was just saying. But I just don't want us to sit in our thoughts so long that it's prolonging our step to move forward. And the longer that you sit in your pain, the longer that you sit in self doubt, the longer that you sit in emotions and things that you could have done better, that you wish you could have done better, or whatever the case is, it prolongs our next step in our journey. And it's not saying that you'll never be able to take that next step. You're just prolonging it. And sometimes, depending on what that next step is, sometimes we need to take that next step, because that next step will pass us by, depending on what it is, right? As I was mentioning before, we don't live forever, so we have to cherish our time. We have to cherish the moments that we have here on this earth. So therefore, although that we're going to go through things and we're going to go through rough times, we're going to go through hard times, we still have to cherish these moments and continue to build ourselves as an individual, because as I mentioned before, it won't be our last time going through a rough situation. It won't be our last time facing or dealing with people in our life that weren't good for us, or dealing with situations that broke us down in a way that really brought us to our lowest. It's not going to be our last time, but we just need to, if you're going to sit in your thoughts now, just understand how to move forward, understand how to not put yourself in this predicament again, right? So you shouldn't be sitting down trying to bring yourself down or get to your lowest or beat yourself up. The only reason you should be sitting your thoughts is to understand how to be a better person moving forward and how to understand not to put yourself in the same predicament, right? Because we can be our biggest enemy at times, and because of that, we have the power to either make us, and I mean make us, and to be a very successful person, a very happy person, a very just outgoing individual. And we have the control to make us a very terrible person, a very self-doubting person, a very um an enemy to ourselves. So as I spoke on before, we have the power, and sometimes in life we don't understand how much power that we have. And the downside of that is, if you don't use your power correctly, you can destroy yourself with your own power. You're using your strength against you, right? So your biggest strength can be your biggest weakness, right? So I just want us to understand that whatever you have going on in your life, don't think it's an end all be all. Whatever you have going on in your life, whatever that you have going on in your life, and I'm not talking about something terrible. I'm talking about maybe you're just not feeling good today. Maybe you woke up not feeling good today. Maybe you woke up not feeling your happiest. Maybe you woke up wanting X amount of money, but you're not receiving that right now. Maybe you woke up not being able to reach your goal the way you want to. Maybe you woke up not being able to speak to your kids, have that relationship with your kids like you want to. Maybe you woke up, and whatever the case is that you're dealing with, I want you to know that if you have life today, you can continue to move forward. Sit in your thoughts. If you're going to sit in your thoughts, sit in your thoughts and become a better person. Sit in your thoughts and understand, okay, this is what it is today, right? Don't sit in your thoughts and be like, man, I'm just so down because I couldn't do this today. Sit in your thoughts and understand, okay, what can I do better? All right. What can I do better? Because every time in life, and as we go throughout life, we can't control other people's emotions, right? And it doesn't matter how bad you might want to, it doesn't matter how bad that you feel like you might have control over somebody, you do not have control over somebody. And everybody is going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day, regardless of what you say, how you say it, what you do to them. They have the free will, and they're going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day, regardless of what they say to your face. They can lie to your face and go do the complete opposite. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So our job as humans is to take care of ourselves, right? Take care of you. If you want, the best thing that you can do for anybody is to be the best version of yourself. And that's really and truly all that you can do, because when you become a better person, that attracts good things around you, right? That attracts goodness to you, because you're putting out is positive energy, even when you're down, even when you're not having the best day, even when you woke up tired, even when you woke up not being able to figure out how you're going to pay your bills, even when you woke up just struggling with anything in your life. Maybe you dealing with a loss, maybe you're dealing with some pain, maybe you're dealing with a relationship, maybe you're just dealing with life as a whole, and you wake up in life. Sometimes we just have to understand that what you can control how your day is going to go. You can control how your day is going to go, because just because you woke up and things are happening in your life doesn't mean it has to take control of your whole day, right? Because all throughout our day, it's 24 hours in a day, and maybe an hour we might be down, right? We might be going through a lot. Maybe we just need to refocus, but don't let that control your whole day. It's 24 hours in a day, and do not take 24 hours being upset. Do not take 24 hours being in a certain mood that it's just a down mood, and that's all that you're around, and that's all that you're putting out to other people as well. That's negative, right? And that's going to put out negative energy, and we don't want that around us. Nor do you want to put that out to other people. So I just want us to understand today that a lot of things that you're attracted to, or a lot of things attracted to you, is a reflection of you, right? Because a lot of things attracted to you, but what you entertain is a reflection of you. I'm gonna read it one more time. A lot of things attracted to you, basically saying a lot of things are attracted to you, and you will be attracted to a lot of things, but what you entertain is a reflection of you, right. And in other words as well, that the things that we entertain in life shows a reflection of us. And what I mean by that when I said that is, We choose to entertain certain things in our life. We have the ability to walk away. We have the ability not to deal with these people. We have the ability to do everything else in life. So with that said, that when we choose to entertain things, we're showing interest in it. We're saying that, okay, I'm allowing you to do this, right? And we don't just sit up and allow people to hurt us, but at the same time, when you give somebody the opportunity to, you allow that. So you're allowing someone to take advantage of you, right? So that's why it's important to get to know people. That's why it's important to understand who you are as a person, so you can set up boundaries and understand what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life, right? So I feel like this all goes into sitting in your thoughts, because as we sit on a daily basis, or as we sit in whenever that time period is for you, and we sit in our thoughts and we're just reflecting over our life, so many things come into our mind and they can push us in a positive way or in a negative way, right? So we just have to understand and sit with ourselves and just tell ourselves, okay, we are great, we are amazing. I can't beat this what I'm going through. I am going to be a better person. I can change my ways. I can put up boundaries, right? I'm not going to be attracted to this anymore. I'm not going to entertain these people anymore. I'm not going to entertain these things, because I can see what it's doing in my life, and it's being a negative impact in my life, right? So at some point in life, we have to change the things that we do. And it's not because, okay, you have to change because you got in trouble or something happened. Sometimes you just have to be mature enough, and you have to have enough growth in your life to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore because I see how it's affecting my health. I'm not going to deal with this person because I see how they're affecting me on a daily basis, right? So you have to choose what you allow in your life and what you don't allow in your life, because over time it's going to hurt you. And as I said before, when people do things in our life, it may not affect them at all. So as soon as they leave out our life, they're just fine. But we're affected, right? And why are we affected? Because we allowed that in our life. So we have to change the things, the people, and anything that's in our life that we're letting come into our life and play a significant role in our life, where it can alter our moods, right? It can alter our emotions. It can make us move a certain way physically, how we love, the energy that we're putting out. Anything that can alter these things, we have to be able to allow allow them in our life, allow these things in our life, or set up a boundary. Keep your guard up. That's why a lot of people have their guards up, because they're setting a boundary saying that I'm not going to allow this in my life. Or you have to reach this point in my life for me to let my guard down, because I understand how people move and how people are. And you may not be that person, but at the same time, I got to keep my guard up until you show me something different. Right? So, again, this video is not going to be long. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right now. But I just want us to understand that as we sit in our thoughts and as we contemplate over life and trying to get better for ourselves, don't beat yourself up in your thought process. Don't kill yourself mentally by letting all these other voices and negative thoughts get to your mind, where you start to have self-doubt and feeling like you can't move on, or feeling like you can't do something, or that you can't reach success, or that it's too difficult, or everybody's doing this so it's going to be hard for me to do this. Like, continue to put positive thoughts in your mind, continue to push yourself in a positive way, continue to be happy, continue to smile, continue to cherish your life, continue to cherish time, because it's very valuable, and we don't get these moments, we don't get this time back on this earth, because once you're gone, you're gone. So we have to cherish these things in our life, right? So that's all I wanted to emphasize today. I hope you guys got something out of today. I'll be back with another episode tomorrow, and I hope you guys learned something. This is Miles Berry, Topical Discussion. We out.